On the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. When the wine gave out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." Jesus said to her, "Woman, what concern is that to you and me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Now standing there were 6 stone water jars for the Jewish rites of purification, each holding 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to them, "Fill the jars with water," and they filled them up to the brim. He said to them, "Now draw some out and take it to the chief steward." So they took it. When the steward tasted the water that had become wine and did not know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew, the steward called the bridegroom and said to him, "Everyone serves the good wine first, and then the inferior wine after the guests have become drunk. But you have kept the good wine until now." Jesus did this, the first of his signs, in Cana of Galilee, and revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him. I'm excited that we are digging into what is going to be a longer Epiphany season at the beginning of this calendar year. Sometimes Epiphany is a little short, and we're in a rush to get to Lent and consequently Easter. We're going to journey with Christ as he picks up the first pieces of his ministry. We've seen him be baptized and call his first apostles. Jesus is off to a good, gentle start thus far. However, I'm not so confident about whether our start to 2022 is as straightforward and gentle. I don't know whether it is going to be much different from the past 2 years. We've tackled the original strain of COVID-19, then there was Delta, and now there's Omicron. There's been political and social strife. There's been countless shootings, court trials, and elections that have set us all on edge. And despite managing to squeeze as much normalcy out of this situation as possible, some of us, myself included, are just tired of it all. We're running low on joy and hope despite having just been through the holiday season. And in today's gospel, just when we think things are looking up in the start of Jesus' ministry, we encounter a newlywed couple whose party has just run out of wine. I was once told that reading the Gospel of John as a play was a handy means of looking at the text in a fresh, new manner. There's a lot of dynamic drama that unfolds throughout the Gospel. Many characters, plots, sometimes even subplots, and tensions that stress and ease throughout the text. You can almost see it unfold as if it was on a stage. And in today's gospel passage, there's a number of characters and a lot of drama swirling around wine. It's run out. It's gone. And Mary is asking for more. For Jesus, this becomes the first opportunity for a miracle. What at first seems like a small first start miracle could actually be a very significant event in the life of both Jesus and of humanity, then and now. It is, after all, the very first miracle at the beginning of the coming of our salvation in the work of Jesus in what would be his last days. So to begin unraveling the story, the drama at the wedding at Cana, and to see why this miracle was indeed needed at this very moment, one can look at the various characters in the story. The servant is the first character of interest. We're actually going to begin towards the end. And he has a crucial role, and it comes in a disguised and somewhat off manner. It is through him that we discover the kind of wedding that Jesus and Mary are attending. The servant issues this backhanded compliment Everyone serves the good wine first, and then the inferior wine after the guests have become drunk. But you have kept the good wine until now. He's saying to this couple that they've been serving cheap, bad wine. They've started their party with it, and then they didn't even buy enough of it to keep people happy. It ran out, and the party was about to fall apart. Through his backhanded comment, he's clued us into the fact that this couple is probably not well off. They've known about this day since they were betrothed, but the workings of the world have not led them to a profitable path such that they could afford to host a reception with enough good wine. This couple's joyful celebration has been cut short before it could even really get started. The servant is also to some degree telling this newlywed couple, who remain speechless throughout the entire affair, that they're being impractical, if not wasteful. He doesn't know that Jesus just turned old water into well-aged wine, and so to him, this couple has just wasted their money. Drunk people are about to start drinking the good stuff. They're getting started on the wrong foot in their married life. They could have hedged their bets and throttled the amount of wine being served to save some money and stretch out the party time. But this couple couldn't do that. They came up short and ran out. Then there's Mary, the second character of particular interest. She's concerned that this couple's party is about to be ruined by a lack of wine. We don't typically think of Mary, the mother of Jesus, as a partygoer, but clearly Mary must enjoy a good time and a good glass of wine. Being a woman of the Gospels, Mary is due more credit than she's typically given in the text, or even in the church. In this story, she's not just concerned about wine. She's concerned about a young, poor couple and their joy and hope for a future, especially on this festive day. Mary, as we know, sang of lifting up the lowly in a hymn that has lasted for thousands of years. And here, some 30 odd years later, after she sang that song to God and her family, things are still as rough as ever. And to her, who had no wedding of note, whose betrothal and marriage were anything but smooth, and no party was ever planned, this couple could be her vision of a happy start on the right foot. But they've run out of wine. They've run out of joy. The world and its cares is about to swallow up this couple too, right in front of Mary's eyes, right on their wedding day. Has God heard her song? Is his son going to come through? Is he going to let joy break through even in the most dire or impossible of circumstances, both then and now? Jesus, our third character of interest, even in the face of knowing this about his mother, he had to have known her feelings about this and the poignancy of this at this occasion. He rebuts his own mother by asking a seemingly cold-hearted question. What concern of that is yours and mine? Those of us who have read through the Gospels might hear this question as one of those many questions that would follow in the life and work of Jesus. He often tested people, probed their souls, and proved their intentions and their faith. But this question is asked not of a potential follower who he meets along the way, or a stranger that just comes up to him. No, this question is asked of his own mother. What concern of that is yours and mine? But what if the question is directed not at Mary, but at us? What concern is that of yours and mine if the wine has run out if the party is over, if the joy is gone? And Mary's answer comes as a sideways, do as he tells you, to the disciples. She's implying that she believes he's going to do it. It is his concern. It's her concern. And it's our concern as well. It's our concern when resources dry up, when the hope and joy of our communities is gone. And we've got to run to Jesus and let him know, the wine has run out, Jesus. The characters in this story and us are at the edge of our seats wondering, is he going to do it? And then Jesus takes his first miraculous step to restoring joy and hope in the world as he turns some plain water into well-aged wine. The joy is back on tap. It's been a rough time, and the world hasn't handed us the best odds for finding joy in the past 2 years. I can feel the same worry and hesitancy of this newlywed couple. The joy has nearly run out these past 2 years. It feels like things keep coming at us to set us back. But just when we think the joy is gone and the party is over, we can turn to Jesus and bring him our concern for the joy and hope of our families, communities, and even the world, just as Mary did when she told him that the wine had run out. Then we've got to listen for what Jesus is going to have us do. Then perhaps, God willing, Jesus will step in and bring us a second blush of joy. It really is a concern of yours and mine when the wine and the joy has run out. It really is a concern to Jesus.